Okay, let's go.
Ready?
Hello, Bots and Books fans, this is Scorp1701, and tonight we are going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends series Gamerverse 2-pack of Captain America versus Venom. Yes, now you may remember this is the second Gamerverse 2-pack that we've taken a look at. The first one being Psylocke versus Thanos, and that was a really cool set, and I have no doubt that this is going to be a really cool set as well. So, jumping right into the packaging, you can see it's a nice large packaging. You have Marvel Legends, Marvel Gamerverse, warnings! You can see Captain America and Venom in the packaging. Their awesome name logos, Captain America versus Venom and Hasbro. On the top of the box, you just got the Gamerverse logo. On the left side of the box, you have Marvel Legends in a nice picture of Captain America as he appeared in the game and the figure and Captain America. On the right side of the box, you guessed it, you have the Marvel Legends Gamerverse, a picture of Venom from the game and the figure and Venom. That is really nice on the bottom of the box. You have some credits for the box and a nice barcode, and I will scroll in, let you take a look at that. If you're looking for this figure on the shelf, that may help you find it. Anyway, coming around, let's zoom back out to the back of the packaging, and you have some awesome product shots up at the top. You have Marvel Legends and a brief read-up. I will focus in on that. You can pause the video, read that to your heart's content, and then going down, you can see the awesome team member stats and energy bars, and then you have a cool little fight pose of Captain America versus Venom, and at the bottom, you have some more credits for the box, and that is really neat. And that is the packaging of the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Captain America versus Venom, but I don't want to see these two combatants in the packaging. I know you don't, so let's get them out and see this epic battle. And here we have the figures out of the packaging. And now the packaging, Captain America stands at approximately 6.5 inches tall, whereas Venom comes in at slightly over 7 inches. These are some really big figures, and they look great. They each come with some awesome accessories, which we'll take a look at in just a moment. And the cool little grid background comes in the packaging, but we've seen that before, so there's nothing new there. It still looks really nice with the figures in front of it, though. So, when we have two awesome figures to take a look at, I have to decide which one to look at first. And tonight, we are going to start with the symbiote Venom. And coming in real close on the Venom head sculpt. Now, I did switch this out from the standard packed one with the Morphine Eddie Brock Venom, because I think this is the more traditional one that people will have him posed with. And I like it. You can see that for the most part it is done in blue as opposed to black, and that's to denote basically that this is a video game pixel and cell shading, and this is what he looked like in the game. He was more blue than he was black, so it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but as you play with it, I think you can get used to it. So taking a look at his eyes, they are nicely done. They are exaggerated really long way out to the side. They are just painted on there on both sides. Coming down to his open mouth, which is all gruesome and sculpted and molded. You got some sharp teeth coming down, and both sides of the jaw. That is nice. Huge tongue sticking way out here and it is covered with this green slime or venom, and that is really gross. Coming to the back of the head, nothing there and that you would expect because it's just a flat piece. And as we scroll out so we could see his upper torso and chest piece, he does have your standard spider on his chest, and that is really nice. I love how it goes all the way down under the arms. It's very big. I like the size of it, and that is pretty much all the design you're going to get with this guy. He does have a lot of molded muscles into the body, but as far as paint designs and apps, that's pretty much all Venom ever was. You do have these little sections on his fist, and those have been done in different designs throughout the years. These are more of a rectangular kind of thing. I have seen them as trapezoids or triangles and stuff like that, but here you just got some rectangles, and that's not too bad. And that's pretty much all you need, because Venom was a very simple design. Now what's interesting, if we turn him around to the back, he does have his spider, which is on the back, and unlike a lot of Venoms that I have seen, they have shrunk the spider to actually just incorporate this middle section and not the butterfly joint of the shoulder, so that it will not actually break the sculpted mold when the shoulders bend. And that is really neat. It gives it a unique look, I think, with the spider legs draping down. So I don't know, it's a different kind of view, but they do connect underneath the arms, so it does go all the way around. So that is something, and I just think that this is a really cool looking Venom, and he does match the video game aesthetic very well. Alright, and that is what your Venom looks like. Moving on. And for articulation, starting with Venom's head. Venom's head can go around 360 degrees. It is on a hinge joint, so it can go down and then back up. And you can waggle it a little bit. The tongue, even though it's huge, there is no articulation in it. It's just a hard plastic. Coming to the shoulders, shoulders can come up from the body, then back down. They can go around 360 degrees, and they can hinge in and back on this awesome butterfly joint. I really like that joint. Coming down, you do have a bicep rotation, 360 degrees there. Coming down to a double hinged elbow. I like that. Good motion. Coming down, you do not have a forearm rotation, but you have some fist articulation, which will go around 360 degrees and hinge in and out, up and down, depending on where you have it. Coming to the center of the body, you have an upper diaphragm rotation, 360 degrees there, and you do get some waggle in it, left, right, forward, back. That is a really cool joint. And that is built on top of a ab crunch right here, and that will bring you down and then back up. So there you go with the abs. That is neat. There is no waist articulation, but that will bring you down to the legs. Legs can go up a little ways. I like that. Back, not so much, because the butt gets in the way. Out to the side, you do get a little bit of range there. You do have a built-in thigh rotation, 360 degrees, but it is really tight, so you might want to heat that up, and that will bring you down to a double hinged knee bend. I like that articulation. That is really good. Then coming down, you do have foot articulation, which is hinged, and it will hinge up and hinge down or forward and then around the world 360 degrees. So yes, a lot of cool articulation for this big fella, and I like it. I especially love these hinges up here for the butterfly, and that is going to be Venom's articulation. Moving on. And if you want to change out Venom's look with his accessories, he has alternate hands, which are now from the fisted to open clawed hands and grabby hands, and this is really neat. I love these specific type of hands. Now, these are the same hands that we got with the Walmart exclusive Venom that we took a look at a few months ago on the channel, and they look really good. And then that will bring us to his alternate head, where the Venom symbiote is covering up Eddie Brock, and that is really cool. You got a nice determined look there on Eddie's face, and he's all And you got the Venom symbiote coming off the side, and it's covering him up. You got some tendrils right here on the back, and that is a really cool looking head sculpt. I love it. All right, and those are going to be Venom's accessories. Moving on. And for comparison, here you have the Gamerverse Venom with the Walmart exclusive Venom that we talked about earlier, and they look alright together. You can see a lot of similarities with the figures. The chest symbols are kind of the same. I think the new Gamerverse symbols, the legs are a little farther apart than on the Walmart exclusive, but those hands are definitely the same, and there might be just a few other similarities with the legs and such, but the chest is going to be different and other things. Taking a look at the back, you can see what I was talking about, how the smaller spider symbol doesn't over carry on the shoulder blades, and it doesn't have to worry about matching up with the paint. So I don't know if that's a better idea, but it does look, again, cooler and different. So yeah, that is a comparison with these two Venoms. And for some awesome Spidey comparisons, here you have the Gamerverse Venom with the Spider-Man, the animated series Spider-Man from the Marvel Legends VHS Spider-Man vs. Vulture 2-pack, and the Target exclusive Carnage. So these figures look really good, especially if you want to get them together and have some maximum carnage going on. And for comparison, if you're collecting the Gamerverse line, here he is with Thanos, and they look really good. Almost got an entire team there to go do some fighting. Alright, and that is going to be your comparisons. Moving on. And that has been the awesome Venom figure for the Gamerverse 2-pack. And now, for his opponent, the Star-Spangled Avenger himself, Captain America. And coming close in on Captain America's head sculpt. Now this is a great Captain America head sculpt. It has all the things I look for in a Captain America head sculpt. It has got your standard blue mask, covers his entire head. You got the big beautiful A, and you have the little wings that are molded into the side of the mask, and they stick out. A lot of newer Captain Americas just have those painted on to the helmet or the mask. I always want to see them poking out to the side. I know it looks silly, but that has always been part of the costume that I've read when I was reading Captain America. Coming down, you have your eye holes and a nice mouth. Now, I wish the mouth was a little softer, but for what it is, it's pretty good. You have his ears poking out the sides there. That is nice, and that is just an awesome Captain America head sculpt. Coming around to the back, there's nothing there. It shouldn't be anything there because it's just a standard mask section. And then as we scroll out, we can see his upper torso and that big beautiful star on his chest. I love that. Now, a lot of Captain America figures in the last few months or years have been released. They have had the scale armor molded into his chest. This one does not have that, and I don't really care much for the scale armor anyway. I think this flat chest with just the molded detail is fine with me. The star itself is molded, and it's painted a nice white, coming down to his shoulders, which are blue, and then the forearms, which are white, coming down to his fists, which are in those nice swashbuckling gloves with nice bright red. He does have his red and white striped midsection. I love that. Coming down to a nice black belt with a silver buckle. And you can see the pant loops in there. That is very good attention to detail. Legs are going to be blue until you again get to those nice big thick pirate looking boots. And I love the classic look of Captain America. This is so good, and I am very happy to finally have a Captain America added to my collection, and this is a great one to have. Coming to the bottom of the figure, you just got some peg holes and some copyright detail. Coming to the back of the figure, nothing that you wouldn't expect. You have the star corresponding to the center of the chest on the back, and it has a peg hole, so we could put his shield there, and then the costume just follows through all the way throughout. And that is a beautiful, beautiful Captain America. Alright, and that is what this Captain America looks like. Moving on. And for our articulation, start at the head. The head can go around 360 degrees. It is on a nice hinge, so it can hinge down and then back up. And you do get a little wiggle waggle in there with the neck going back and forth. Then you get a little side to side as well, but not too much. Coming to the shoulders, shoulders can come up from the body a little bit and then back down. They can go around 360 degrees, and they can hinge forward on this very large butterfly joint, forward and backward. That is a really wide joint. I love that. Coming down, you do get a bicep rotation, 360 degrees there, coming to a double hinged elbow, which is nice, and that will bring you down to the fist, which is rotatable 360 degrees, and it's hinged, so it can hinge out and in, up and down, depending on where you have it. Now, it's surprising that there is no glove cut, but there is not. So anyway, coming to the center of the body, you do have an ab crunch, so he can go down and back a little bit, and that is really neat. And that is built on top of his 360 degree waist articulation, so that is cool. Coming down to his legs, legs can go up a long way. You got 90 degrees there. Back, not so much because the butt gets in the way. And then out to the side, you got a really good range there. And you have 360 degree thigh rotation. Coming down to a double hinged knee bend. And that is really good. I like the range. And that will bring us down to the boot cut, and there is a 360 degree boot cut right here above the knee, and that will bring you down to the foot. And Cap's foot can go forward a long way, and it can come up a long way, and it can rotate around the world 360 degrees. So yeah, a lot of good articulation in Cap. I like the double hinges on the elbows and the knees. This butterfly joint up here at the top is very, very wide, and there's not much that you can ask for Captain America to do that he cannot. Alright, and that is Captain America's articulation. Moving on. And for accessories, who has 2 thumbs up hands and thinks America's A-OK? Captain America. Yes, he comes with these alternate hands, and they are both shaped with the thumbs up gesture, so that is really neat. So hopefully he's having a good day. Yeah, a thumbs up for America, or boo, bad, or for whatever's just happening in the world of politics. Anyway, I don't know if that's something that he did in the game, but yeah, they comes with 2 thumbs up hands, and I think it looks alright. Alright. And for accessories, Cap comes with this alternate angry head. Oh, no! And really don't know what caused him to be so angry. I don't really want to know, but yeah, he has the standard mask type head with the ears and the wings, and but he's got a very open, angry mouth. Oh, no! So that is pretty neat if you want to have a very angry Captain America running around. And for Captain America's weapon accessory, of course, he comes with his mighty shield. And this is a beautiful Captain America shield. It's round, you got your red, your white, your red, your blue, and your big star. And the great thing about this shield is it's whole. It's not broken like the Secret Wars shield that we got with the last Captain America. So this is really cool. Coming around to the back of the shield, you do have a peg right here that will port into his back, so he can wear his shield on his back like this. It's really nice. And if you push the little peg down, the clip will pop up, and this will go on his wrist, and he can wear it like he would normally wear his shield, and that is just classic Captain America. I love the way this thing looks on him. Yeah, that looks very patriotic. And Captain America's shield also has an accessory. He has this cool little blue blast effect, and it's really nice. And what you'll do is just plug the shield right into here, and you got some little grooves, and it will fit right nicely. And if you're having a little trouble, just kind of bend the outer parts out, and that will open it up, and you can have it sitting in there, and boom, you got this really cool effect from the game. I guess this is from the game. I've never really played the game, but I'd imagine when he powered up his shield, it got all blue like this and had some lightning effects, and then you can have him hold this and go to town with this, beat up old Venom. Yeah, that looks really, really good. So if you want some cool effect for your shield, there you go. And to get it out, all you have to do is just pull the sides out, and poof, it will pop right out, and there you go. You can have your regular shield again. So this is really cool. I love these accessories. The blue thing, not so much, but hey, it's game specific, so why not throw it in there? But definitely had to have this awesome shield. All right, and that is going to be Captain America's accessories. Moving on. And for comparison, here you have Captain America with his series mate Psylocke from the Psylocke vs. Thanos 2-pack. And they look really good. I love how they are using the brighter colors to depict them as video game characters, and I think it works really well as comic book accurate versions of them as well. So this is really neat. Alright, and for comparison, here you have the Gamerverse Captain America with a lot of various other Marvel Legends, to include the Eric Masterson Thor from the Thor vs. Destroyer 2-pack, the Spider-Man the Animated Series Spider-Man from the Spider-Man vs. Vulture VHS 2-pack, the Scarlet Witch from the Magneto, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver Family Ties 3-pack. You have the VHS Cyclops, you have the Love Triangle Wolverine, and you have the Target exclusive retro-carded Rogue. Woo! And that's a lot of subcategories of Marvel Legends to go over, and they look awesome. And I love this set of characters. This is from the 90s mostly, is how I'm going to display them. And I think one day we'll get that big Infinity War picture, and then we'll mark them off as we go by. So anyway, this is really cool. And I did misspeak. I do have a Captain America in my collection, but it's a movie Captain America. This is the first comic accurate Captain America that I have, and I think this is the only one I'll ever need. It looks great. Alright, and that's going to be your comparisons. Moving on. And this has been the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Captain America vs. Venom. Or, in other words, the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 figures. That we can't really call that because of copyright infringement. So anyway, this was the second group of Gamerverse figures that we've took a look at from this line. The first being Psylocke and Thanos, and like them, these were great figures. So starting off talking about Venom, he was a great sculpt and mold. I loved his articulation, and there wasn't a lot of stuff here that we haven't seen before with other Venom figures, most notably the Walmart exclusive. The paint job is the most unique feature on him, it being the light blue, which is kind of off-putting for some, but when you understand that he's kind of a pixelated video game character, the blue makes sense. And if you really read the comics, you see that for the most part he's highlighted mostly in blue, so it really doesn't bother me that much as I continue to mess around with him. I love the new head sculpt with the crazy exaggerated eyes and the long tongue and the molded slime on it. That is just creepy. His accessories of the open hands were very cool as opposed to the fisted hands, and I thought the Eddie Brock morphing head was cool. I might repaint that black and give it to one of my other Venoms, but who knows? It's really good. And that will be pretty much Venom, Coming to what I think was the best figure of the set, Captain America. He looked great. He was molded and sculpted great. His colors were dead on. Some people like a lighter blue for Captain America. I don't really mind this blue. I think it looks good. I love the head sculpt with the wings and the A. I like the molded star on his chest. I personally like that his chest is smooth without the scale armor. A lot of people like the scale armor, but this looks fine for me. The rest of the costume is great. The boots, the gloves, and I love the shield. It's, I think, a little small. I think it could be a little bigger, but this is a pretty decent medium-sized shield for him, and he can have. The shield effect, take it or leave it, it doesn't really do anything for me. It looks cool for what it is, but again, I have no attachment to it. I love the alternate thumbs up hands, those are neat, and the screaming angry head, I would have much preferred to have a happy smiling Captain America head as opposed to that, but it is different, so he may have made that expression in the game. So yeah, and that's pretty much it for these guys. I love these figures, they're really nice. If you are looking for this set, you can find it on the shelf right now at your local retailers, and it will go for approximately $60, which I think is a bit steep when you're talking about two regular Marvel Legends. I mean, they do have accessories with them, but maybe $50 for the pack, $55 maybe. But that's just my opinion, and things are getting expensive, so if you think it's worth the price, if you are looking for this, happy hunting. And that's it, guys. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at the Marvel Legends Gamerverse, Captain America versus Venom, and I hope you guys have a great night, and until next time, keep playing.